Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Lake of Voices. In the last episode, we went back into the game in order to get a second Lu ending, but Lu sacrificed himself for Kika, so what the hell? How is this going to be another Lu ending? I have no idea. I'm following a walkthrough, you guys, because I wanted to make sure I'm doing this correctly, but now I'm not sure if I am. Well, we'll see. Let's continue on. Alright, let's go. After hours of navigating the web of bridges, the faint silhouette of the shore creeps into view. It seems unbelievable that the end is in sight. Even that wisp of hope does little to ease the ache inside me. I still feel hollow inside. Those of us remaining continue in the direction of the shore, and the darkness around us begins to break. A seed of worry sprouts inside of me. Will we make it? The guide ahead seems to have no sign of concern on his face. I hold on to the hope that we will be able to make it through. We near the very end of the bridges. I can smell the trees and the earth, and even through the fog I can almost count the remaining bridges between us and the land. But between the end and us, a prowler appears. Bemele curses quietly as the prowler slowly, sloppily advances. I eye the monster intently. It makes no move to leave us, so I turn to the guide instead.
Here, take my lantern. Once it's scared off, we'll make our way to the shore. It shouldn't be an issue with it so close by.
The guide says nothing, however he extends his hand to accept my offer. So that worked last time, watch it not work this time. I feel my body tense for a moment, before relinquishing my light to the guide. It's not much further, I'm sure we can make it. The guide slowly steps ahead. He and the creature brace for confrontation. Bemele and I stay close enough to the guide's back to keep from being left behind in the darkness.
Be ready to run. Don't get left behind.
He then darts forward and launches the light directly at the prowler. It makes a snarling hiss as it retreats defeated back into the black waters. None of us waste even a second looking back. We push forward. Okay, I was wrong. I race across the bridges, desperately trying to keep the guide's light-edged figure in clear sight. I run as fast as I can possibly manage without slipping on the boards. We run across the entire way, spurred on by the shoreline rapidly approaching. Miraculously, I feel my feet plunge into dirt. Oh, I was this close to the end? Oops, sorry. It doesn't look like it according to this guide though, so... Maybe the guide is wrong? The guide, the walkthrough. I stumble forwards, nearly collapsing onto the ground, while trying to catch my breath. It feels as though I've come out of a long dream. We made it.
Thank God. Oh, thank God.
I rest there quietly for a few moments, taking time to allow my breathing and emotions to settle down. Finally, I look up from my lap and see Bemele standing ahead of me. Both of our eyes are flowing with tears. Bemele walks over and sits down in the dirt nearby. He gazes deeply into my eyes with a gentle smile gracing his lips. No words need to be exchanged between us to know what the other is thinking. I'm glad for it, because I'm not sure I would be able to speak even if I needed to. The sound of sloshing and wood lurching catches our attention as the bridges begin to sink. In a few minutes, only the lonely dock is left. With that, the guide walks towards me.
It is time to leave this place. There is nothing left for you here.
Upon being addressed by him, I rise to my feet. He has a calm look on his face, though there is force behind his serenity. I open my mouth in an attempt to speak. However, I quickly realize I have little idea of what to say. Do I thank him for this? Should I give him my trust? Was our survival because of him or despite him? Even now, I cannot know for certain. And then the fog is removed from my thoughts. After everything that has happened, it becomes clear. I harden my face to match his serious disposition. There is something he is certainly right of. This lake isn't a place to linger. Going round and round in circles will never help. We cannot submit our lives or our minds to Sinlos. For better or for ill, there is only one person who can help those who, once they are within its grasp, the guide. If he were removed, the place would be no safer. What I must do if I truly want to defend others is keep them from coming here at all. When I return to my village, I intend to make that information acutely known to our elder. For that to happen, we must leave.
Goodbye.
Okay, I think my walkthrough is wrong? Did I mess up somewhere? His eyes narrow as he looks over me. I begin to feel uncomfortable under his scrutiny, but for a moment I could swear I noticed him smiling slightly. However, it could easily be a trick of the morning sun. I still don't understand the guide at all after playing his route. I want answers, damn it. I look away to face Bemele, not wanting to get caught up in this any longer.
Bemele, we're leaving.
I always call him Bemele ever since the joke we made, but I forgot it's Bemele. Bemele. He lifts his head at my voice and grins through, though his expression quickly sours into a frown. He shows no eagerness to move forward and keeps his distance. He still feels regret that it is only us who are leaving. I empathize greatly with him, knowing that feeling is one we will never escape from, even after this lake is far behind us. However, he manages to weakly smile again.
Those words are music to my ears. Let's set out.
Bemele walks towards the forest without even acknowledging the guide. That is for the best on the whole. We must get away from here. It saddens me to think Bemele doesn't even have the strength to become angry, though perhaps he had an epiphany about this lake in the same way that I did. We will be able to discuss that on another occasion. Despite the firmness I so intently tried to have, my heart starts to waver. Margret, Lu, they're both still here. I wish to give them a proper farewell. I want to do something. My eyes begin to water, and I almost turn back around. No, it is done. I need to remember that. They would never want me to ascribe their lives to Sinlos. Nothing would disgrace their memory more. I will keep them in my thoughts without allowing the lake to poison me. With my steadfastness truly regained, I march into the light with no hesitation. Oh. See, this walkthrough made it look like I still had some choices to make, so I guess it's wrong. With a solemn heart, I at last arrived at Hemmer. They were grateful to see me, for it was a desperate situation indeed. The urgency meant that my mind was occupied with other matters. I worked tirelessly to aid Hemmer's own guards in forcing back the brigadiers. But during the moments of calm and when the sun went down, I would remember the lake. Bemele was of great help during the fight. His outwardly positive demeanor lifted the spirits of many around him, but I could see from the shadows in his eyes that he hadn't forgotten what we went through. Nor could I miss the distance that had grown between us. He spoke fewer words to me, and I never gave him many either. Yet he seemed stronger than I had seen before. I admire his will. When receiving payments for his services, the guide must give a report of all those who both succeeded and failed to cross the lake. The name and fate of Margret soon became known in Hemmer. I added that she was an intelligent, thoughtful person and urged them to show respect for her passing. I hope that one day I will have the opportunity to go to her hometown and give my own proper respects. Oh, poor Margaret. Why you always die, Margaret? I have not heard nor seen the guide since then. He will remain obscured in that realm of fog and fear, a mysterious light off in the distance that is ever out of reach of the real world. I worry about when I must return home to my usual life. It will be difficult to continue as things were before. One thing I know for certain is that my village elder must be told that no one is to cross Sinlos again. I've already told the Hemmer leaders the same. Not a single more person should have to experience what we did. Its darkness will remain with me for the rest of my days. Though so much was lost, I try to believe that our lessons will keep others from suffering the same way and, in the end, something will be gained. I still find it difficult to accept Lu's cruel death. I have yet to remove the shell from my pouch. Carrying it gives me at least some comfort. That helps me continue on despite the pain. And I will not stop trying. I will still fight to protect others. Through it all, Lu will stay with me. He won't simply fade into the mist. I choose to believe that in this way, his soul can find peace. Aww. Oh, Lu, no! I thought I was getting another ending for you that was good. Oh, man. Wow. God, this game is so good. I don't know, I need to look at a different walkthrough or something, because this one is confusing me, and it's not accurate, and I feel like it set me off the wrong track. Alright, well, it's only 11 minutes in, and I don't think this was the Lu ending I needed. Let me check the bonus. Okay, there are 3 bonus in total, 1 that does not include story spoilers and 2 that do. The others... I only have 1 still. That tells me this is not the ending I needed. So, okay, I'll be back with you guys once I find a different walkthrough and figure out what I need to do to get the other Lu ending. Okay guys, I'm back. So unfortunately there's not many guides out there, and I'm just wondering if I did do something wrong, because the 2 I saw had the same information and I'm just like, whatever. But there is another one that it looks like it's a possible Lu ending. So we're gonna try it, but that means I have to go back to the beginning of the game. So let's do it. Okay, let's skip. Wait, where are we skipping into? Oh, we have quite a ways to go. Yeah, we're gonna be skipping. Okay.
It's been years since the time of Garvin the Exemplar. It's impressive you knew.
Gosh, I miss you, Margaret. It's been so long. Believe we should go.
And I believe you.
Seriously? We're not doing a Bemele route. It looks like we're kind of on Margaret's route in this one. But I guess we're gonna veer off towards Lu at some point. We'll see. Okay, we saved your butt. Kick it off. Current format.
So you're staying behind?
Wait. Okay, so this is the one where I guess this is how Margaret would have died if I had turned and left her like that one time. But then I guess another time I played through and I didn't turn and I stayed with her, and that's how she didn't die. Okay. Encourage her to keep going. Come on, girl. I'm not gonna let you die this time. Even though we're not on her route. Okay. Put out a hand to stop him. Oh, this is new. Why is this new? What is this? Margaret watches Bemele approaching her, gaze flickering from him to me. Then suddenly she rushes back my way. Ooh. Is it because Margaret was dead before? I don't remember. Has Margaret always been dead when we've been with Lu? I guess because we're on her route. Oh snap! I never got to have the real Margaret ending, so this kind of excites me. Margaret flings herself into me, wrapping me up into a hug as crushing as her small shivering frame can muster. Oh, she's so cute.
Thank you for not leaving me behind either.
Aww. Aww. Then she pulls away, turning around without seeing my reaction. The scent of lavender hangs in the air, though I can't tell whether from her hair or her clothes. Ooh, are we gonna have a love triangle with Margaret and Lu? Oh, snap.
Watch out for yourself, too. Not just for everyone else.
Oh.
I will.
The guide's figure disappears, with only his lantern to lead the way. Bemele and Margaret are finally forced to leave us behind and catch up with him. I watch them disappear into the fog, an odd feeling in the pit of my stomach. I cannot recall the last time I had difficulty seeing someone leave.
You should go after them.
No, because I have to do you right now, okay? Even though Margaret's right there. I start. I almost forgot the man was there, standing right next to me. Now he looks at me with desperate eyes. Oh? Oh, he can tell, he can tell. Oh, snap. Well, to be fair, the other men do have long hair as well. Funny how he didn't say the woman, the one female there. So he says, I mean, especially with the long-haired one, you wouldn't look at anyone like that. He laughs and then speaks quietly.
It doesn't matter. I can still try for the other shore. Go.
I will stay. Okay. Let's skip again. You're important as well. I have to romance both of you. A new OT3 is born? What? No. I would have to see how him and Margaret interact in order for an OT3 to be established, okay? His stare shoots back up at me, eyes wide. I think this is where... Okay. Oh! This is different because Margaret is here. Without wasting another second, I run to Margaret's side, Lu in tow. I'm the one who put her in danger, and she needs me. I have to be there for her.
Margaret!
Margaret's head shoots up, eyes squinting through the smoke. Tears like ribbons gleam down her face. Whether they're because of smoke or panic, I don't know. I'm nearly at her side when a shout goes up from the other end of the bridge. A chunk of the bridge near Bemele has vanished, collapsing into the water, and in its place are Nixie trying to crawl their way up. Oh shoot, this is new. Things are getting crazy. Bemele is backing away from them, but that's only pushing him closer to the edge. Oh no, am I gonna have to choose who to save? Oh no! Does that mean it finally has to happen and I have to let Bemele die? Oh no, that breaks my heart. I don't think it's happened yet, right? All the time, Bemele has always survived. Oh shoot. I check on Margaret again. She's on her feet and heading over to me. But she's standing now and she has her lantern to keep those monsters at bay. I leave her, running to get my light to Bemele. Bemele stopped in the perfect center of the bridge, unable now to move forward or back. Instead, he turns to me, face pained in a way I've never seen from him. All he can do is wait for me to come and hope it's soon enough. But as I approach, so does a Nyx larger than I knew they could be. Oh no! It pulls itself halfway out of the water, reaching for Bemele. No! This is why the new OT3 has to be established, because we're gonna lose my baby. And it grabs him. It latches its arms around his torso. Bemele lets out an agonized scream, the Nyx's claws anchoring into his flesh, and the creature lets itself fall into the lake, using its body weight to take Bemele with it. Oh my god, no, this hurts! Why? Why do we always have to lose someone? I run faster, reaching my arm, my lantern out to him. Bemele doesn't reach back. He just looks at me. He knows he's done for.
Don't!
He falls backward into the lake. The Nyx's weight, too much for him to resist. After a moment, the water stills. There's no sign of him. No! I stop, panting, still feet away from where Bemele fell. Tears burn my eyes.
No, he can't be gone.
That's your best friend. Something tugs on my arm. I panic, but it's Margret. I gape at her. I can barely keep myself together.
What happened to the guide? Is he also?
My voice cracks in spite of myself. I don't know that I want to hear the answer, but it has to be said.
No, I don't think so. I couldn't see through the smoke and without my glasses, but I didn't hear anything.
How did this happen?
While we were running through the fire, the bridge shook. It knocked my glasses off. I bent down to pick them up. There were footsteps. Someone kept going, and then Bemele asked if I was all right.
Oh, because he's such a gentleman. The tears return to her, and she wipes her nose on her sleeve. Oh, this is so sad.
He said he'd stay to keep watch while I couldn't see.
That sounds like Bemele.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
She tentatively touches my arm, wanting to help me, but not knowing how. I don't say anything in response. I can't. The bridge trembles again, and I gather my wits just enough to get through this.
We need to leave. Which way did the guide go?
It sounded like he just went forward, and then I couldn't hear him anymore.
That will work. Lu?
I look around for him, realizing he's not with me any longer. At some point, I let go of his arm. He's standing to the side, gaze glazed, transfixed on the darkness. He seems completely unaware of everything that's happened. The fire, the Nixie, the death. He's so weird. Lu, sometimes I like you, sometimes I don't. Come on, man. We just lost Bemele. Could you please pay attention? I step forward and yank him back to my side.
What are you doing?
He flinches at the unexpected contact and looks attentively at me, but he doesn't offer an explanation.
I'm sorry.
That is all he ever says. I let go of him.
Both of you stay close. We are not going to separate again.
We keep down the path, the flames still gradually gnawing on the planks behind us. The guide doesn't turn up, nor do any signs of him, but we push on. We will not stop moving. That damn guide. He's such an asshole. I hate him even more after what he did to us in his ending. Then we do. The bridge comes to a dead end of rotted out boards collapsed into the lake. For a moment, our breathing stops at once. If this was the way that led to the island, then... I flip back to face the others, my expression unaffected. I'm not going to allow panic to sap this group of judgment.
Let's look for another bridge.
I resolutely begin retracing our path. The others follow without protest. Our regression is silent, except for our footfalls and the snapping of soggy wood attempting to burn. We frequently have to step over smoldering sections trying to come alight. At one point, we even have to walk one at a time sideways to avoid a wildly flickering small fire billowing out black smoke. Just as my spirit is beginning to dim, we come across different directions to take. Among all the forks, there are only 2 that aren't collapsed or too consumed by fire to risk following.
We're lost.
Oh boy. Her voice is scarcely more than a whisper. I barely make it out over the sound of crackling flames and splintering wood. Lu's gaze is flickering down each path. There's a palpable sense of anxiety coming from him.
I don't know. I don't know which way.
It's alright.
But it's not all right. We have to have something to go off of. Anything at all. A cold sweat trickles its way down my back. Ah, that's the guide. Before anyone tries to randomly choose, a noise catches my attention. I hastily address the 2.
Did you hear that?
It sounded like a whistle.
It came from the right.
Lu and I trade looks. This could be the signal we need. But what if it isn't?
Do those monsters know how to whistle?
I would assume not, but...
We should go right, I think. To where the sound came from.
I'm a little surprised Lu is offering his own opinion. It is good to hear, however. I take a deep breath.
I agree. There's more of a chance the whistle was a sign for good over ill.
Our course decided, we move as one down the right path, no longer hesitating. As we follow the bridge down, there is no sign of the end. There's no need to debate between directions again. We start to outpace the fire, one danger thankfully fading away, but the night continues to lighten regardless. I glance at the sky and realize what's happening. The sun is rising. The bridges will sink into the water as the darkness disappears and take us with them. We'll be lost. It suddenly seems pointless. We don't even know whether we've gone the right way. We still haven't caught up to the guide. We can't outswim the Nixie, and we can't outrun the dawn. We're going to run out of time. Yet, we keep moving forward. And finally, our perseverance is rewarded. The silhouette of an island rises in the distance. The island grows rapidly larger, and soon the scents of earth and trees reach us. In spite of all the horrors of this night, a dock emerges from the fog before us, welcoming us to safety. We reach the shore. I don't believe it until I've stepped off the wood and my boot sinks into the sand. I walk further inland, like a corpse, my sole instinct to flee from the waterline. My hazy eyes single in on something ahead. The guide stands on an outcropping in the distance, watching like a sentinel. He doesn't even come to greet us, douche. I stare at him for a moment, not even able to feel alarmed at my own lack of feelings about the situation. He uses his staff to gesture to the forest behind him before disappearing between the trees. I can only assume he must be asking me to follow. The guide takes us further inland, more towards the center. There's a view of the coastline from here, but we're also partially obscured by a few trees.
It's time to sleep.
No one has the energy to argue with him at this moment. I find a place as comfortable as one could ask for in a location like this, next to one of the trees farther out, and lay down, trying to block out my thoughts. For once, exhaustion is my ally, and I slip off into sleep. Okay guys, we're gonna leave this episode right here. Gosh, this is crazy. Losing Bebele really hurts, man. But I'm hoping that this is the ending I need. This is the Lu ending that will give us some more answers, hopefully. And once we get those answers, then I will call an end to this LP. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this, and until next time, have a nice day. Bye-bye! Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And also make sure to ring the bell for notifications for new episodes. You can follow me on Twitch, where I stream every week, and also follow me on Twitter for updates. Until next time, have a nice day. Adios!